Studio Series Battle Trap. This is one I think about it a lot because I'm not sure about its design in total. There's a lot of stuff happening here in my opinion. I mean, we have whatever this is here the entire time. What is this? Is this supposed to be like the chain hooks he used in the movie? And quite frankly, I feel like they get in the way of like the playability of the figure. So I think they're actually kind of chaotic in design. And I've always had a fair share of problems where things just won't tab in or click into place. I'm not sure if anyone else ever had that problem, but I definitely did on my copy. So, let's talk about it in greater detail. Battle Trap is one of 3 Terracons whom I have never heard of being Terracons. There are 5 Terracons normally, and none of them are usually Scourge, Nightbird, and Battle Trap. Matter of fact, Battle Trap doesn't show up anywhere in Transformers lore, so I can't really say a whole lot about the character because it really just got invented for the sake of Transformers Rise of the Beast. Now, the design isn't too flawed that I dislike it. I mean, it actually does a pretty good job of keeping up, but it does have flaws that stick out. So all I will say, it is the best version of itself. I will say, it could be better. It could be better. Thankfully, I am well aware that there are actually upgrade kits for this thing. And while they do their fair share of their changes to make this thing better, they're often pricey, so I'm actually hoping to get my hands on a Studio Series Scourge and upgrade the absolute scrap out of that thing. Because Studio Series Scourge does not look like the Rise of the Beast Scourge. Oh, and I'm not talking about the 86 one. I know what the 86 Scourge looks like. I own one. I own one. Oh, this is a stupid argument. I'm gonna get that later, don't worry. Not that you do. So, another thing I want to talk about, I am thankful for those random 300 people who watched the last video on Skipjack. I'm not really sure why people were so interested in me all of a sudden. Like, I'm a lower rate reviewer. Like, no one's really heard of me. But I am thankful. I am grateful. Very grateful. I actually want to make money off this someday so I can get better figures to show off. And also, thank you to the 28 people who did subscribe to me. I know most of them are my family and friends, but thank you. So, the 5-minute mark is approaching for me, and I think it's time to talk about that articulation. Just gonna remove this real quick. It comes with an accessory. It's just this little thing. Bulkhead actually has something like this in his Legacy toy. I own Legacy Bulkhead. It's good. Good toy. Obviously, that head sits on its own ball joint, can move around. And the neck actually sits on a hinge, so... Ooh. 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 The shoulder joints can go all the way around if the shoulder pads don't interfere, or the hook interferes, or something's interfering and I can't tell what it is. Have tricep swivel, unlike Studio Series Shockwave. You have that nice elbow joint. The shoulder pads actually sit on a hinge joint themselves. Not that you need to talk about them. There is a waist swivel. It actually gets in the way with the backpack because the backpack is freaking massive. The legs have a knee joint. There is a thigh swivel. And there's an ankle tilt. You can't see it, but there's an ankle tilt. So that's articulation. It has a pretty standard and average range of motion, but it checks off all the boxes. So I say it's fine. But yes, once again, the hooks get in the way of everything. Allow me to express my frustration. Ah! That was probably hard to watch. Let's talk about transformation. The first step I embark on is these light bar things. I call them sirens, but I don't think that's what they are. I unfold them from this area here and tab them into the backpack. Click. I also let you untab the backpack because, yeah. Fold down the shoulder pad. Shoulder pads like so. Flat shoulders. Flat shoulders. So you'll want to untab the head. And tab it in here. Some people turn it around. I turn it around. And when transforming it, you don't have to. But I have encountered some paint chipping on the head, so that's why I do. Next, you'll want to point these upwards, right, so they can tab into the backpack properly. Spin the backpack around and unfold the bumper. If you're wondering what the bumper was on the front, it's a faux bumper, so it's mostly there for looks. Before you do that, you're going to want to raise the arms up and untab them from the chest. You want to make these face upwards by rotating them a full 180 degrees. Then you want to bend the elbow joints down like this and make sure they can slide underneath the backpack and be nice and comfortable. Let's talk about those legs. You want to fold the feet flat, untab these and make them straight. Untab this. You'll see it because it's the only yellow piece that's on a hinge on the leg, and I rarely ever see those on a hinge. Rotate the waist fully around, and then you can tab the shoulders in. I want to make sure the doors are straight and lined up. You'll hear it have a nice satisfying click once you know it's in place. Or not, in my case. I'm sorry, I cannot show you what's going on because I just cannot get close enough to the camera to show you. Well, they're tabbed in for me, so. Oh, that's good. Then you want to fold the legs around. They sit on this weird hinge, and you'll tab them into the main body. Okay. You also want to tuck the head up under before you tab that bumper in. Then you tab the backpack in. Primus, please help me. Aha! Got it in. Then you'll make sure these two hook things tab together, which is sometimes just its own nightmare. And voila! It's a tow truck. It actually kind of looks like a tow truck. My problem is the hands are completely visible here, which isn't terrible. There's the upgrade kit, that's the main thing it covers. You can also tab the spiky ball in here. I am making the mistake of not showing it on camera. Keep in mind, I don't have a camera stand. I am completely filming this with my phone propped up on a Transformer Siege Ultra Magnus. Let me know if I should do a video on that Ultra Magnus. And it's because otherwise it is just going to be a camera stand. I cannot get it to click in, so I'm going to make this video extra long so I can get it on for your satisfaction. And voila! You want to just close it around the hooks. There's a little tab piece where you can do that. But there we go. I've decided that most of my videos are going to be 11 to 12 minutes long. If that's not a problem, I hope it's not. It worked well for Skipjack. It did not work for the RC video. The RC video was like the Hindenburg for me. So, let's get on to the final unit of the video. The weird thing I invented that I don't like doing. Actually, I kind of like doing, because I get to throw something across the room when it doesn't turn out well. Bin it or shelve it. Let's also take a nice glance at that backdrop. Yeah, the CGI used to make this image here. This is terrible. Why does it look like that? I'm not really sure what happened with Rise of the Beast. It's like they just couldn't pull together anything. It was an alright movie, but it was so forgettable. So, would I keep it on my shelf? Well, yes, actually. It crops out to be pretty nice, and it fits with the other two Terracons quite well. And when you've got it the way you properly want it, it adds up. So, though I love throwing things across the room, I'd say I'm going to shelve it. So, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, turn those notifications on. All those beautiful things. And please continue to support me so I can show you reviews on better figures. Someday I want to do Legacy United Sandstorm. Think about that. Think about it. And thank you so much for watching.